Everyone, so it's been 5 weeks since the last visit to Ladybower Reservoir, where we unearthed many more secrets and had a look into the history of the site. And when I came on the 22nd of October, incidentally it's now the 1st of December, so a little over 5 weeks ago, the reservoir levels was at 30.6 capacity. That's where it was, 30.6%. Astonishingly, it's now up to over 55% as of the 28th of November, so it probably has risen a touch more since then. So I've come to have a look at the state of play and the situation, and it's a really misty, chilly day. It's quite appropriate for the 1st of December, but you can visually see the water levels are so much higher at Ashupton Viaduct. Look, there's a great big embankment down that first arch, and the water was so much lower. There's a huge difference and improvement there. Now also, what I'm hoping to do is get as far as Derwent Dam, because Derwent Reservoir is now, believe it or not, as of the 28th of November, at 98.9% capacity. So what are the chances of that overspilling the dam any day now? So it's the 1st of December, so we are 3.5 days after that last measurement. It'd be astonishing if we got there and it was going over the top, wouldn't it? So I'm now going to walk across towards the old Derwent Village, and I'm hoping to see something still remaining. So if you watched any of the previous films I've done around this area, you remember I tend to walk in an anti-clockwise direction, starting off on that side and ending up by the waterworks building just there and finishing at the viaduct. So this time I thought I'd do it the opposite way around, just to keep it a little bit more interesting. So the waterworks building's coming up. We're going to pass that short section of the Bamford and Halverton Railway that we found in the previous video, and then we should be at the old pump house or valve house. See if there's any of that still poking out of the water. Right, so next up I'm going to go to the former valve house, the waterways building that appeared, and there was all that land around it. It's probably well, it is the only building that's left standing at Derwent, which is pretty much intact. I get down here, we're at the point where the farm used to be as well, and there's animal troughs. I'll show you a few photos after we've looked at it now to see what it was like 5 weeks ago. But I'll turn you around, and gone. She's gone. Absolutely nowhere. There's the view in the opposite direction. Look at that. That is such an eerie feeling, knowing that that valve house is just there. And she's gone. For goodness knows how long. How many summers? It might be next year, it might be 10 years. If I'm feeling quite, not emotional, but quite, because I've seen it that many times over the last couple of months, that to see it vanished in such a short space of time, and knowing that it's there, it's really, really weird. There's still some stuff to show you on the other side of Derwent Village, but we won't be there just yet. So simply seeing the former valve house has had that effect on me, and it might have even got a few of you watching this right now. Goodness knows what it's going to be like seeing the village of Derwent a little later on in the video. I've not got there yet. I've had a glimpse of it from where the pump house was, the valve house, but I need to get over there. I've just passed the piped aqueduct, look, and you can already see there's so much more water down there. And of course there's a lot of open space which is yet to be submerged, but that is quite an embankment going up there. When I come 5 weeks ago, this was probably about 4 meters wide, just down there where the course of the River Derwent does run. almost at the dam. Not far to go, probably about 5 minutes walk away. Now, if you previously enjoyed the visits and videos I've done of Ladybower, the villages of Derwent and Ashupton, and all the ruins and the remains down below, there is another video going to follow this one around about 3 days after this one goes on, and we're going to look at something pretty mysterious back over at Ashupton, the hamlet of Ashupton. Something historical and something that needs some questions answering, which I'll need your help with. So please, if you like that or you want to watch any more of these videos, please like and subscribe below. Okay, I've just stopped off at the visitor centre and cafe for a coffee and a comfort break. I'm hoping flushing the toilet hasn't made a difference to whether that dam is going over the top. In this video, we're going to find out if on the 1st of December, the water is finally going over. On the 28th and 29th of November, it wasn't going over the top. But first, let's jump to the old village of Derwent. So I've jumped over from the western side of the reservoir and over onto the eastern side, and incidentally I'm just walking past the former vicarage. You'd have seen this in the last visit. And also, for people not familiar with the area, the old vicarage ground does not go underwater. This stays like this, and it is such a shame that the building is no longer present in some capacity. I'm going to cross, I believe it's the Millbrook, over the other side. We'll take a little look at the old bridge that we believe was dated 1900, I think it was. But already I can see significant changes. How about that then? That's the old bridge, that 120-year-old bridge. It had just a basic little trickle going through it the first time I came, and even the last time I came. But now that water down there, it's extremely deep. It doesn't look very wide, but if I was to jump in there, I'd say in the middle of it, you'd be coming up to my waist, maybe even deeper, just there. So what we're going to do first, we are going to have a look where Derwent Hall is. I'm going to come back then across this way and we'll head on over to where the church used to be. Not a great deal to see, but I'll show you anyhow. So here we are at Derwent Hall, built by the Belgai family in the 1500s and demolished in readiness for the filling of the Ladybower Reservoir. I'll turn you about and show you again what's left, and there's just a whole lot of empty open water. 5 weeks later from when I was walking about inside that very building just down there, and now the ghosts not only of that summer that we've spent coming here and visiting, but also the ghosts of Derwent Hall, they've just gone and they're laid to rest for another year, maybe a few years, who knows. It's astonishing to think how much difference 25% makes. The lover's seat, that used to be over there. Well, it is still over there, around about there. But the only lovers on there are probably going to be the fish that live down there, and the memories of those that sat there 100 or so years ago. And curiously, it shows how much higher the water is, because I wouldn't normally come up here, but there's this pipeline going up here, look. Let's follow it and see where it goes. This just shows how high the water is now, because I never walked up here. Now it has disappeared, but there's some foundations to a building here, look. And this is where it would connect onto. We'll have a look at the maps at some point and see what this used to be. Could have been an old farm building, but it has collapsed, look. And of course the water does come up to here and it does submerge it. Is this the pipe coming out the other end, look? There we go. Found it. So it looks like it's probably some sort of farm building or outhouse, and that is a drain that's in the ground. Drain any surface water away from this property and take it down to the former River Derwent when the village was still there. Okay, away from Derwent Hall now, nothing to see. She lays to rest under the water again. So let's take one last journey to Derwent Church. Come for a walk to Derwent Church with me and enjoy what's left of her for one final time. So the only telltale reminder of Derwent Village is the final remnants of Derwent Church. The rest of it has vanished. Look at that. There's just that clump of stone, which I believe was the tower just there, and the building was across there. The main part of the church and the chapel was there, but there's nothing else to see. Even those two proud gateposts, which used to be there, have now been submerged, and of course the other gatepost and the school was just there, and the memorial was there, and Derwent Hall was over there. And this was a deep trough with the trickle of the brook coming down and heading off down to the River Derwent. What a remarkable sight that is. The village really is sleeping again with all those memories and those that lived here. So it's time to move on to something which could be quite exciting. It's time to go and visit Derwent Dam. Previously I stated it was not going over the top on the 28th, or I believe the 29th of November. But is it today, the 1st of December? Let's get over there now, and we're about to find out. So we've had a look at the village of Derwent and what is left, and what is under the water, and it's all gone, hasn't it, just about. But the best part of this, and I think you can tell what the answer's going to be with a smile on my face. What capacity is Derwent Reservoir at? I think we can safely say she is at 100%. There she goes, just 5 weeks later. 5 weeks later, she is overflowing, not quite at the raging torrents that she can do, but she's there. It's finally happened. All those people that were saying, oh, it's going to take 2 years for this to fill up. I took a prediction in a couple of videos ago, about 6 weeks ago, when I knew the rain was coming and all the wet weather, that by December this would be overflowing. But I actually thought about mid-December, just a guess. And my other one was that Ladybower would be almost, if not full, at some point in January. This is on its way to filling up Ladybower for us, isn't it? Look at that. Beautiful. So this is truly remarkable, isn't it? This is what a lot of people have been waiting to see. The dam at Derwent overspilling because of 100% capacity, and obviously it's going to be going down the course of the River Derwent and into Ladybower Reservoir, and topping that up beyond its current 65%. Again, that's gone up 25% in the last 5 weeks alone. This is absolutely brilliant. So in 3 days, it's gone up that other couple of percent, hasn't it, just to push the water over the top. This makes me so happy because we've been on a bit of a journey the last couple of months, haven't we? And this is the start of another journey where the water comes down from Howden through Derwent, over the dam and into Ladybower, and it fills the reservoirs once more. And before I go up top, just have a look at it from above. It is going to be pretty misty up there. Wouldn't it be great to actually get inside of here If anybody knows who to contact, or if you're watching this and you can authorise a visit inside Derwent Dam, that would be absolutely phenomenal, and it would absolutely cap off all these videos, wouldn't it? If anybody knows, or if you're watching, please do get in touch. Now I'm at the very top, absolutely out of breath, as I always am. Look at those water levels, full to the brim. Afraid it is misty, but you can just make out the top of the dam wall and the shine of the water going over the top. It's quite an eerie photo too, that is. So what a remarkable end to this video, where we've come and had a bit of an update on Ladybower Reservoir, and to see if the water was indeed going over the dam. So happy with the results, hope you lot are too. Please do comment below if you've got any answers about how we can get inside this dam on an official visit. Please do get in touch. Thank you very much to absolutely everybody that's followed me through these Ladybower adventures, and I will be back to do a bit more. Now don't forget, there is one more video to come straight after this one, looking at mysterious railway around Ashupton, and also a doorway into what is pretty much the side of Win Hill. See you in the next one. Bye bye.